Hello, three-wheelers around the world. Welcome to the three-wheeling studio for another episode of Three Wheels Matter. We've been rained off here at the Alaman TT 2025 on day one, but we have the studio to play with. So we got plenty of action coming to you from this studio and lots of great stories to share. I've got my co-presenter, Jack Laidlow, with me.
Hello, Hailey.
Oh, it's Jack's first time. Welcome to the studio. What do you think of the setup?
I mean, it's just magnificent, isn't it?
Yeah.
People say it's a fairy tale castle, but it's fantastic.
Great. Well, we thought it's about time we got Jack involved in some of these episodes. So we've got a few newcomers going to be joining us in here today. So we'll be sharing that with you in just a moment. Before we do, we just got to let you guys know out there. So if you're tuning in for all the TT content, we've got some new merch. We've got a discount code to share with you. So if you head on to the motorisle.shop website, you have a code here, TT2025. Hello, two glamorous assistants. If you pop that in, you get 10% discount. You can purchase some of the great merchandise that's on there available, modeled by ourselves. But there's a few new bits for this year as well. So go on there, check it out, motorisle.shop, TT2025 for 10% off. Should we get chatting?
I think we should.
Yeah,
so
go for it, Jack Laidlow.
Our first two guests today, they're starting off number 30 at this year's TT. It's the first time on the course. They've managed to get the newcomers lap in this morning. So please welcome Mr. Ross Buchanan and Adam Evans.
Welcome, gents.
Hello, guys. How are we doing? Nice to be here.
Good.
Great.
How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Good to be here. Just a shame about the weather, really.
Well, yes, but it's you know, if it wasn't for the weather, we wouldn't be here chatting though. So you know,
Very true. Yeah.
So like we said, you managed to get your newcomers lap in this morning. What do you make of this circuit?
I don't think there's any words that can describe it, to be honest. Like, we've spent 3 years trying to get here, haven't we? And set off down Bray Hill. Mine went blank, completely forgot the track. Then you get to the bottom after you've got yourself refocused, and it's incredible. There's nothing else to explain it. It's just something, if you've never done it, you're never going to know what it actually feels like.
Yeah, it's just what an experience, right? Something that you've been wanting to do since you were a kid, to actually then get here, all the waiting around, jumping through the hoops, getting all the paperwork and administration stuff done, and then once it's over, you sat there in Parc Fermé waiting to go, and it all just hits you, and it hits you like a wall. But as soon as you launch off down Bray Hill, then it all just comes together, and yeah, you can't help but smile.
I was on the hunt for guests to drag them in once it got cancelled. And I spotted these boys with the cheesy grins, literally like shining from the awning. It was only open slightly, and I couldn't help but be drawn in and just soak up what you were giving off, because, you know, I can feel it and I get it. As a spectator, as a fan for us to watch it, I can feel it, but I just can't. I can't put into words for a fan what the Alaman TT feels like to witness it and experience it. Never mind you guys finally coming here and racing and getting out there on your newcomers lap, and just, you couldn't get any speed, but at least you got to do it before it got cancelled, and you got to get a feel for it and get a setup, really get working on your setup too, to get back out there.
I think it's probably one of the most important laps, because to do your first one, it is quite overwhelming. I think just getting out there and doing that first one, it does help settle you down a bit now, so you know roughly what to expect when you get out there and on your own and go a bit quicker.
Yeah, we've been sat in the awning for 4 days, you know, just playing around with the bike. I think we haven't polished it anymore. There'd be nothing left of it. So to actually finally get to the morning, like, all the emotions going through. I think 1 minute we're excited, 1 minute we're scared, next minute we're fucking crying our eyes out. And yeah, no, but to finally just get your helmet on, get focused and set off, there's no better feeling. Most incredible thing I've ever done in my life, and I think probably ever will do in my life.
Wow, that's fantastic. Because it was here that it was the Alaman TT that made you want to get into sidecar racing, wasn't it?
Yeah, 3 years ago we were sat at the bottom of Bray Hill. We just saw the sidecars come past, and we both looked over at each other and went, "We need a bit of this. This is a bit of us." So we literally strolled back up the paddock, didn't we? Found Paul Lumley from Lumley Engineering, absolutely fantastic bloke, and we had a little chat with him. Sat in Rob Hancock's sidecar. You got on the passenger side. I got in the driver's seat. He went, yeah, we could really get into this. Next thing you know, we bought an outfit.
Yeah, that was it. That just from then on, just focused on, we just wanted to be here, wanted to get here.
And now you are.
Yeah, as much as you have the focus of doing it, there's always that thing in your head going, am I ever actually going to get there? Like, you know, it's the most famous road race in the world. Like, you almost don't ever see yourself doing it. And then when you're out, stood there in all the gear, sat on an outfit on a start line, it's amazing.
And take us through that process of sitting in the outfit, taking up positions and going, yeah, we could do this, to, hello, you've just gone and done your newcomers lap. Take us through that process of how you actually made that happen. What was the next step from that first day when you got the feel and the realization, really, that's exactly what you wanted to do?
So we went back over to England. We picked up the sidecar from down in Somerset. The first meeting we went to was the Sidecar revival at Cadwell. We'd only done a little bit of classic racing before, just a couple of meetings on the Bears outfits. They're fantastic little things to get started on, really good starter class to get into sidecars. So we went up to Cadwell, went out for our first practice. I nearly sent you flying through the air because we wasn't sure how the brakes were going to work. So on the classics, you put your foot on the brakes, nothing happens. Put your foot on the brakes on the F2, yeah, something happens.
I was going mid transition. Where I normally would have transitioned on a Bears, he hit the brakes and I found myself in the in the front of the outfit, because when you put your foot on the brake on them things, they stop. That was a wake up call. they are completely different machines.
Yeah, so after that we hit Bemsey and just kept racing and racing and racing. I think our first year we came second in the championship. The second year we came third in the championship.
So that was 23 and then 24?
Yep.
Yeah.
23 and 24. And then last year we did the Southern 100 where we got our first top 10.
Yeah.
And we just a few more Bemsey rounds and now we're here.
So when you did the 700 last year, were you like, you've made the right decision and you liked road racing and that would sort of set the ball rolling to get ready for this year?
Exactly that, though. So the Southern 100 was always going to be our build-up, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's just to get a bit of an experience for what it's going to be like on a road circuit to a race circuit, because it is completely different. So we thought, it's a good stepping point just to see what it's all about. And if you get somewhere like the Southern and you go, no, not for me, then there's no point coming here. But I don't think there was ever an option for us. We were going all the way. We wanted to get here. So.
You say it was completely different then. Was that like a shock for you too, obviously, because you didn't have like years of experience in sidecar racing? Or do you think that maybe helped coming to a road circuit?
Yeah, 100%. Coming to a road circuit, it's the surroundings more than anything that I found. So you're used to being on a track, you've got the open wide spaces. You come to a road circuit, you've got walls, you've got curbs, you've got lampposts, you've got everything you get when you're driving to Tesco's and back, but you're racing to Tesco's and back. Not that you'd ever do that on the roads anyway. No,
of course.
And so and Southern 100 is a fantastic road race. Like the way they run it, they're down there, they're fantastic, and the course is amazing. And in a way, it's really got our racing up to speed with being on the roads, helped with bike setup to manage the roads, the bumps and the white lines and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it just had to be. It was natural progression to go from there to TT.
And then you had Dave Molyneux to help all the sidecar guys and the newcomers through the process of introducing you to learning the course and getting ready for it. How else have you really been tapping into him? Have been in touch with Molly much, or what else have you been doing in order to get yourself ready to come to?
Molly's fantastic. Like the knowledge that man has. Yeah. If he doesn't know it, it's not worth knowing about going around the TT course. So I come and do my newcomers weekends with Molly, and just trying to take it all in. There's so much information, there's only so much you can take in, but everything he says is vital to getting yourself around this circuit safely.
So obviously I come out and I did mine with Lee Kane. Same thing, he was absolutely brilliant. Before you come out for them, you're going through onboards, you're looking at track maps. And as a passenger, you suddenly find you're trying to learn every single corner, which you don't need to do. You overwhelm yourself. Once I come over and did my newcomers laps with Lee, and he broke it down and he made it a lot easier to work out where you need to work. The reference points it gives you, it just made everything so much easier to break down into sections and get your knowledge where it needed to be here. So yeah, I can't thank him enough for the time he took out to do that with us.
So also there's a slight difference in the passenging style between circuit racing and road racing. Was that something that you struggled to get your head around, or?
To start off with, the Southern, it was you got to remember you don't go past the bodywork. So a short circuit, you fully work. You got your head right out on a right-hander. Left-handers, you got your bum hanging out near enough on the floor on the track. Whereas obviously around on the road, you don't go past the bodywork because you're going so close to walls and stuff. It's just not a risk you want to take.
Oh right, well, and that was fairly simple for you, sort of.
Once. Well, I said, I'm not going to go past the bodywork. And the first picture I ever saw of myself at the 7100, I'd be bumpers quite far out from the bodywork, and I was like, okay, yep. Bit more than that then. So I managed to get it into me quite quick. And
it's glad you did, because remember we came in and you saw the scrape down the side of the bodywork.
Yes, I realised that would have been my bum cheek if I hadn't pulled myself in. So yeah,
perfect.
Very, very important to remember.
Number one thing we took away from Molly, though, and you probably took away from Lee, is we're coming here as newcomers, and we're not here to set no record pace. We're not here to race. We're here to get round, and to get round in the safest way possible. So it's just building it up from the get-go. We've done our newcomers lap now, and over this week we're just going to keep plugging away. And if we get faster, we get faster, and if we don't qualify, we don't qualify. But at the end of the day, we're not going to push ourselves to be dangerous. So we're just going to do everything we can and just get as fast as we can safely.
Well, that's just answer my next question to you. So I was going to say, what's your plan for this week? But you just want to have a good TT.
Yeah, got to enjoy it. Like, it's just enjoy the feeling of being here and just being a part of it.
Yeah,
like not being a spectator, just being the other side of it. It's just it's unreal. It still hasn't fully sunk in, I don't think, even after doing another newcomers lap. It's still. Yeah, it's a bit of a dream.
I know it's a cliche, but it quite literally is. It's a dream come true for you two, by the sound of it.
Oh, 100%.
Not a dream. Yeah, it's a dream come true for us, and it's a dream that 40,000 people around the track have probably all got the same, like we did 3 years ago. So it's one of them things. If you dream about something, go for it. Don't hold back.
3 years, Jack. It's incredible, isn't it? Now, we know that you have aspirations to potentially do the TT. Did you know that Jack was born at the TT?
Were you actually?
Yeah. Man, Saturday 2003, yeah.
in the Bluffstone.
Did you do a lap?
His dad literally jumped off the sidecar and went straight to hospital.
There's an interview somewhere of him saying, I've just got to go, sorry, my wife's in labour. So.
And then now you do have hopes to...
Yeah, hopefully in the next couple of years, but it's like you say, like you are, like we take it very seriously around here. Like, do you know what I mean? We've obviously know like the risk of the TT and everything like that. So we never come before we thought it's too soon or anything like that. But it is admirable, like you say, 3 years since you first cocked your leg over any sort of sidecar or had anything really to do with racing, like serious racing, and then you come here to the TT and you started off number 30, which is a good, respectable number to be going with as well.
Well, it's not bad when it's only 32, is it? The second from last day. No, just to be on the field's a fantastic achievement for us, and yeah, no, what more could we ask for? So.
And is there any particular part of the course that you've really enjoyed learning more so than the others, and anything that's more difficult than the others? Because it's such a gargantuan course to take on, isn't it?
In all honesty, I think I should have shares in paracetamol and ibuprofen for the amount of headaches I've got from watching onboards. But it's just repetitive. You just got to repeat it. And then sometimes you'll go back and you'll remember certain parts of the track which you think, I've got that in. Then next time you go back to it and go, mind blank. I can't remember this, but then it slowly all comes together.
You got to think, it's 37 3/4 miles. There's a lot of twists, a lot of turns that you got to try and remember. I think just from my newcomers lap, I think I've worked out when I get to the mountain. I think that's my favourite bit, just because I know the hardest bit is done. That run down to the mountain, it's such hard work. Don't get me wrong, it's not easy over the mountain, but it opens up a little bit. You can see what you're doing. It's just nice being up there, even when you are clinging onto a sidecar, like barreling along at super mile an hour. But yeah, going over the mountain mile, views are fantastic. Yeah, definitely take a minute to have a little look around and admire it all.
As spectators, then, when you first decided this is a bit of me, where were your favourite spots when you came over that year to enjoy the race, to watch?
Favourite spot?
Bottom of Bagara.
Bottom of Bagara.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Heart in mouth every time. Yeah. Any fun
thing. Really, even that you mention it, can't you?
Multiple times when I watched down there, because it was just unreal to watch.
Yeah.
looking down the hill earlier on and just seeing that corner come in and suddenly thinking, hang on, we're actually about to hit it. That was an amazing feeling.
Wow. Well, incredible, inspirational story. And I hope that many listen to this and really realize that if you have a dream and you really do want to go for it, you can absolutely achieve it.
Do it.
You just really commit to it, and it's ready and waiting for you, right?
Yeah, well, now we're here. Fingers crossed we'll have many more years of TT racing to come.
Absolutely.
Listen, gents, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, and enjoy your laps.
We will.
Definitely. We'll have to have a catch up later in the week.
Absolutely, we will. Great. Well, that was Bull in Racing. Keep an eye on these boys. We'll be seeing a lot more of them, chatting to them a hell of a lot more on the lives as well. We do have a little supporter here as well. We'll let you keep you nice and relaxed. A little reminder then of the motorisle.shop. And your discount code is TT2025. Don't forget, you can get the new merchandise. You can purchase this, and there's a new range on there as well. Adam and Ross, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having us.
That was Three Wheels Matter. By the sport, for the sport.